Hi friends, Katie Steinberg here to share this week's message from Missing Piece. This past week we had Sunday Soul Brunch, which is a quarterly brunch we throw at the local brewing company, live music, great food. Special thanks to Berto and Ain't Just Wafflin' for the great job they did, and to Gilbert, our faithful bartender, who continues to make lovely mimosas and pour delicious beers for us. So thanks to all of them. For those who don't know, it occurs to me not everyone knows what Missing Piece is, but it's a nomadic community that believes in exploring faith through physical, cerebral, spiritual, and serving. And we do that in all kinds of different locations and with all kinds of different foci, so just keep an eye on Facebook to see what we're up to. But without further ado, here's this week's message. There was a time when the overwhelming majority of people in the United States went to church every Sunday. In the wake of World War II, demand was so high to recreate a sense of normalcy, an idyllic livelihood, replete with a home, a car, the perfect marriage, and of course the perfect church. But simmering just under the surface of all of this forced perfection was a growing disgruntlement. We knew at our core that all this pretentious pretending was not reflective of undiagnosed PTSD, marital struggles, and major role changes, a still very present memory of the Depression and a brewing civil rights revolution. And the church? Well, it was supposed to be the place to come and get the truth. But instead, it played into the fake it till you make it mentality, ignoring the quietly building storm inside households, cities, and the nation. Hide it, cover it up, sweep it under the rug. Maybe it will just go away. But we all know that never really works, not with our individual problems and not with our national ones either. There's this one little verse buried in the middle of an ancient Hebrew prophetic writing, and it says, "What does the Lord require of you but to do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with your God?" There's no mention of playing into societal expectations, not even a nod to colluding with civil bodies to paint an ideal of who we should be. And nothing at all about covering up the realities of our lives in exchange for a hypocritical, impossible claim that Jesus or God or church is all you need to fix your life. They lied to us. No wonder so many won't go back. But that doesn't mean we get to use that as some excuse to stay tucked away in our houses built of privilege and lick our wounds. There is still justice to be done and kindness and humility required of us. Yeah, required. Because we have been born into a place and a time that, despite major imperfections, creates space for us to be educated and well-fed and successful on a scale that other parts of the world dare not even dream of. Because you know and I know what's right is to use our privilege to stand up for the oppressed. Because at the core of our being, each one of us has a bright light that beckons to us to be part of goodness and hope and love and connected to the source of it all. And you know what else? The church has screwed up, and it will again. But by and large, it's full of people trying to know who they are, know who God is, and live into that the best they can. So despite all my criticisms, this is an invitation. A deeply intentional, heartfelt invitation to find your place, to at least begin looking for your place, to join in the good fight, to make the world a better place, to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly. Many of my fellow pastors preached on that same passage this past week about justice and kindness and walking humbly, and I couldn't help but think of that next to the refugee crisis that's going on right now in this country. So I hope that all of you will take some time to meditate on that and think about how you can be doing justice and loving kindness and walking humbly with your God. I'm grateful for the chance to engage with you all and journey with you all as we do this grand experiment called Missing Piece. And I want to invite you anytime you're in the area. Next week, we're going to be hiking out at DeLeon Springs. And the week after that, we're breaking ground on the very first organic hydroponic garden in a food desert here in Daytona Beach. And furthermore, it's going to be a therapeutic effort for a homeless community nearby. So if any of those things strikes your curiosity, I invite you to take a look at the Facebook page or our website, which is ormansmissingpeace.com. You can also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram. We're everywhere, people. Thanks for tuning in, and grace and peace to you.